Eliza Shlesinger. Shlesinger?
Iliza Shlesinger.
Hello and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben and this is my review for Good on Paper. Let me know in the comments below, have you heard of this? Do you think comedians make good actors? Let me know in the comments, but for now, let's jump in. After years of putting her career first, a stand-up comic meets a guy who seems perfect, smart, nice, successful, and possibly too good to be true. This film is directed by Kimmy Gatewood, who is known as a writer and actress for Glow. So obviously our main protagonist here is Iliza
Shlesinger.
She plays Andrea, and she meets this guy who is just a normal guy. He seems like a nice guy, but she's not into him. But eventually, he wears her down. There's no one else at the moment that she might be into. She forms a great relationship with him. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give this a go. In amongst this journey of us seeing their relationship start to unfold and start to come together, we see her doing stand up. It's a really weird juxtaposition because you feel like you're actually watching one of
Iliza Shlesinger.
actual stand-ups. It feels like it's her, and then you cut back to the juxtaposition of the film. You're like, oh yeah, that's her acting as that. It is a weird thing to kind of she's not acting like herself, but this is, I guess, a portrayal of what could happen or possibly a story in her life, that sort of thing. And so that does take a little bit of getting used to. The stuff in the comedy set I found was quite funny, and so I thought, yeah, okay, so she's a great stand-up. I think I've seen one of her stand-ups. I'm not a huge fan of hers. Never went away going, oh, she's terrible, she's okay. And so there are moments in this you're like, okay, so I understand the format you're going for. The thing with this film is it expects you to believe that your main protagonist doesn't see what everybody else sees about the guy that she's going for. So the friends around her, you as a viewer, you know that this guy is up to no good. Like right from the beginning, even on the title of the film, right? Good on Paper. It suggests that. So then you have to believe that this character just doesn't get it until she does, and then they're figuring out like, oh, why. So the arc of the story is she doesn't get it for the majority of the film, and then it's the why at the end. And that was somewhat frustrating because you just like, in what world does this character or does this person not actually see it? It's too much in your face. You wouldn't put that trust in it. Maybe when you watch it, you'll understand. You'll be like, what on earth is going on? It does also have a bit of a vibe of like the Cable Guy, that sort of character. The guy that plays it, it does come across as that there's something sinister behind, which I think he's done a great job. Ryan Hansen, and so he plays this really nice guy, but there's something underneath. Also want to give a shout out to Margaret Cho. I thought as the best friend, she was hilarious. Them bouncing off each other, Iliza and Margaret Cho bouncing off each other, the banter. That's kind of where the film really works, and I wanted to see more of their friendship develop. I'm just not sure what this film is about. It feels like by the time you get to the end, the moral of the story is guys are bad, you shouldn't trust them. There's probably not many guys out there that are nice, and therefore you should just stay single. Um, which I don't think is what they were going for. Maybe being more careful. Also realized that I'm not the clear demographic for this. There were moments where I laughed out loud because I thought, oh, that was really funny. And there were also moments I was like, oh yeah, I'm just not buying this story. So as a film in a whole, for the person who's watching, who's a 40-year-old dude spouting nonsense off at YouTube, if you've been a part of my channel, you'll know that this is generally, I cover everything that's on Netflix, so I'm not just picking this film apart because I'm picking this film because it's coming out and it's the stuff. So I let you know whether it's watchable. My wife took one look at this and she didn't want to. It's not her type of film either. So I definitely feel like there's a demographic for this. It won't be for everybody. That's not to say the film isn't filmed well, like it isn't put together well. The music's great, the comedy is great, Eliza's great. There's real bouncing off that dialogue, which I think you'll appreciate. It's just by the time you get to the end, you're like, huh, okay, cool, that's what that film was about then. It leaves you feeling a bit like that. It's like a meh film. I think you'll enjoy it, but I don't know that you'll ever want to go back and watch it again. Does that make sense? So I'm going to give it a straight up C. Let me know in the comments below if this worked for you, if you're really excited about this. I thought it was fun, but a kind of one-time watch. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.